Hi everybody, welcome to Infinity Bottle Evolution. I am your host EJ as usual. Today I am here with my Bourbon Infinity Bottle. As per normal, we are going to review the bottle a little bit, do a little bit of a tasting, and a little bit of an ad. I will add that I'm very excited about what we're adding in the mix today. Something I recently got my hands on, and I'm pretty excited about drinking. So right now, we'll start with some stats as per normal. So right now, the Infinity Bourbon bottle is 32 days in the making. Currently, about 25 ounces in the bottle. Proofage, we have up a little bit from last time. We are up to 97.1 as our proof here. As far as the spirits, we are up to 30 different things in the mix. Primarily bourbon. It's 90% bourbon, 5% American whiskey, 5% Tennessee whiskey. So mostly bourbon or bourbon-esque sort of things. Still, our top spirit in this mix is 1.3 ounces of IW Harper currently, the 15-year IW Harper. And then we have a 5-way tie for second place, which is Maker's Mark Private Select Wilco Whiskey. The Hirsch the Horizon, George Dickel, 15-year, Elijah Craig, and Bluebird 4 Grain. Those all have roughly 1.2 ounces in the mix. Excited today because we are going to have a new dominant flavor when we are done today. As far as our mash bill is concerned, I'm currently sitting at about 74% corn, about 13% rye, about 8% barley, and about 4% wheat. So a pretty good mix, slightly up from last time in the corn. I believe last video we were at 73% corn. Oh, so today what we're going to do, normally I pour an ounce, right? It's usually my go-to when it comes to my Infinity bottle and the tasting. What I'm adding today, like I just said, I want it to become dominant here. I want it to be the highest mix in the bottle because the bottle I'm going to be adding today is honestly probably my favorite open bottle in my cabinet currently. Really excited about it and really excited to add some in the mix here to kind of see how it changes the flavor profile. So today, rather than pouring an ounce, I decided to pour 1.5 ounces. That way, we got space for 1.5 ounces and still have a little bit of headroom in the bottle. For anybody that's new here, as always, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to get alerts when we do post new videos. Like the video. Hit us with some comments. Talk about whatever you want to. Actively seeking trades right now. Also on this channel, we have the Infinite Infinity bottle going, which is an Infinity bottle made up of Infinity bottles. I will be acquiring another sample tonight from a friend. I also have another thing, which is an Infinity barrel product that I plan on adding into the mix of that. So anyways, if you're interested in trying a little bit of my juice, you have an Infinity bottle going yourself, please get in touch. Doesn't have to be a strict bourbon bottle. Whatever you're working with out there, guys. You have a rye Infinity bottle, a Scotch Infinity bottle, a all mix Infinity bottle. I'd love to try it and I'd love to trade samples. Once that we do reach roughly about 100 subscribers, I will be running a contest to give away a 2-ounce pour of my bottle here. But why wait? You all have liquor cabinets. Make yourself an Infinity bottle if you don't got one going. Reach out. Let's trade. All right, so on to the business here. So the nose is pretty unique. I'm not getting like, I mean, getting a little bit of the classic sort of bourbon flavors. I'm definitely picking up a lot of caramel in the nose, but I'm getting like it reminds me of the woods on a wet fall day. Yeah, something like earthy, the moisture with the bark on the ground and old rotting wood. I mean, it could be oakiness I'm picking up, but it's not just a straight oak. A little bit of sweetness. The deep inhale, I'm getting a little bit of ethanol, but it's not your classic bourbon ethanol. Like, I can tell it's alcohol-y, but it's a little bit more medicinal, I would say. Sort of alcohol, sort of ethanol, sort of smell going on. So fairly unique. All right, cheers. Really nice. Really good mouthfeel. Really pretty wide, pretty full across the palate. Last time we added a little bit of Clyde Mays and a little bit of Rare Breed. As I shared last time, I wasn't really a fan of the Rare Breed straight. The Clyde Mays was okay. It wasn't offensive, but it certainly didn't knock my socks off. That was a mini that I had added. I also, unrelated, I am trading regular bottle samples with some people now. A friend and I are doing a blind taste test where we're sending a couple samples back and forth. And of course, anything that's new in my house that's bourbon will get added into the mix here. I want to keep evolving this bottle. For anybody not familiar with the concept of an infinity bottle, it's simply a gathering of many different spirits in one home, giving them a chance to age, giving them a chance to blend, giving them a chance to have something totally unique. No one else in the world has this bottle. Nobody else in the world has these contents. Even my friend that I traded with, I traded him a portion of version 3 of my bottle. This is version 7 we're currently sipping on. So the whole idea is every single time that I sit down and do a video, I'll be reviewing something new. Now, I'm not going to lie. If I have a friend over and they don't want to come on camera, I very well might make a pour. But I'm not going to add anything into the mix. So even if between now and my next video, my friend who's coming up tonight and I decide to pour a little bit of this, I certainly still on camera will do a review of whatever juice I have before I add something new in the mix. Back to the mouth here. Getting a little bit of like a little bit of almost like slight amount of peanut. Definitely can tell I kicked up the proofage a little bit. It's definitely a little less smooth, a little bit more bite on it than my last video, but that's what adding some high proof stuff into the mix will do. Anyways, really nice. I'm definitely enjoying this. I'm going to continue to sip it, but let's keep the video moving, guys. So now we are at that bewitching hour where I go ahead and talk about what I'm going to add. So I've looked at this bottle many times on the shelf. I've picked it up. I've considered buying it. I've bypassed it for one reason or another. About a week ago, I finally decided to go ahead and make the plunge into Old Forester. This is the 1920 Prohibition style, 115 proof. A really cool story behind this bottle. So Old Forester was one of, I believe it was 7. Doesn't say here on the bottle. They were one of, it might be 7, it might be 10, but one of the very few distillers that, as Prohibition was happening in the early 1900s, they had the thumbs up from the government to produce bourbon for medical use. This is in the style of what Old Forester was producing during Prohibition. About I think normally I see this bottle out and about for about 60. I saw it for 55 at my local shop, so I decided to grab it. I couldn't be happier I grabbed this bottle. It is freaking delicious. Great, great, great cherry notes. Really, really nice. The first sip, I'm not going to lie, when I took the first sip of it, I was like, I don't know. But then as I continued to drink it neat that night, it really like came through for me. Next night I poured a little bit over a rock, and I just really loved it. I plan on keeping this as a staple in my cabinet for 115 proof bourbon, something that I see on the shelves. There's some rumors out there that this brand may be going allocated, may become harder to get your hands on. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard some people talking about it. I've had a couple people comment saying that over the past 3 years they've heard that rumor flying around it or not and whatnot. I don't know if it's true or not. I certainly love this bottle, and I plan on keeping it around. So sometime in the near future, I'll probably look to add another one to my collection just as a backup, just in case it goes allocated, because I can't speak highly enough of this. Also, it's my first Old Forester. I mean, obviously, I'd really like to get my hands on a bottle of their birthday bourbon. That is an allocated one and very sought out. Hard to get your hands on. The other one, this is pretty highly rated amongst the bourbon community as far as the Old Forester available on the shelf. Now, I also hear a lot of really great things about the 1910. That the 1910 is a really nice bottle. It's a lower proof. And a lot of people out there Frankenstein their 1910 and 1920 and add one part of each to a glass and do what is called commonly the 1915 mix. So that's certainly something I plan on doing. But yeah, once again, I just can't speak highly enough of this bottle. It's just a cool like piece of history, if nothing else. But the fact that it's 115 proof and it's delicious, and it's like, not a super costly bottle. It checks all the boxes for me personally, and it's unique. And that's exactly why today I went a little heavier on my pour, because we are going to go ahead and make this the most dominant flavor in the Infinity bottle. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 1.5 ounces of Old Forester 1920. That way, we can really start changing this bottle a little bit. And then, that's a lot of the fun of the game here, is that, as we know, this bottle's never, ever, ever going to be the same thing 2 times in a row. But I haven't added 1.5 ounces of something in quite some time. But now it's done. The Old Forester is in the bottle. So we are here again. I'm going to let her sit on the shelf. And we will come back with another episode in the near future. Like I said, I do have a couple things for the Infinity bottle. But I want more, guys. Can't stress it enough. If you have an Infinity bottle and you're watching this video, I want to taste your juice. I want to add your juice to my Infinity bottle. I want to share this. I want you to taste this. So, see that sip, and it's been sitting for a little bit longer. I'm getting a little bit more of a dusty corn, like a fall dusty corn. I'm still getting that forestiness that I was picking up in the nose, the oakiness, but I also get a little bit of baking spice on the back end, ever so faintly, but just a little sprinkle of it. But it's still got some really nice sweetness that's not offensive. So really happy with how this bottle's been going. Really happy to have a handful of people out there subscribe to the channel. Really want to continue to build this community. Looking forward to, in the near future, as the weather starts warming up and whatnot, up in Pennsylvania region where I am, having a little bit of a larger sort of video, possibly a live video, to be determined on that. But, you know, spend some time with some other people, get some other people kind of trying the juice here on screen with us. So, as always, thank you for joining. Here from Infinity Bottle Evolution, we wholeheartedly hope you have a fantastic weekend. Drink some great bourbons. Make something unique and different that everybody else doesn't have. And spread the word. Thanks for watching, guys. We will be back in the near future. Stay safe. Drink responsibly. Take care.